Welcome to another C1 Advanced ESL-lounge reading lesson video. Today we will be reading Street Art as Political Resistance. Let's begin with some vocabulary. Vandalism, the crime of deliberately damaging public property. Subversive, trying to destroy or damage a government or political system. To legitimize, to make something legal or acceptable. Mainstream, considered normal and accepted by most people. Critique, a piece of writing that expresses an opinion about something. Dissent, the expression of a different opinion, disagreement. Gentrification, the process of renovating a district so it conforms to middle-class taste. To reclaim, to take back something that was lost or taken from you. Authoritarian, enforcing strict obedience to authority at the expense of personal freedom. Ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. Satire, the use of humor or exaggeration to criticize people's stupidity or vices. Great. Now you know the key words. Let's read the story. For decades, the debate has raged. Is it art or is it vandalism? From the graffiti-covered subway trains of 1970s New York to the politically charged stencils of Banksy, street art has occupied a controversial space between criminal activity and legitimate cultural expression. However, to dismiss it as mere defacement of public property is to overlook its long and powerful history as a tool of political resistance. At its most potent, street art is a subversive act, reclaiming public space to give a voice to the voiceless and challenge the established order. Unlike traditional art forms, which are typically confined to the curated and often exclusive spaces of galleries and museums, street art is inherently democratic. It is accessible to everyone, regardless of their social or economic status. This accessibility is precisely what makes it such an effective medium for dissent. End of page 1. Let's continue. In places where official channels of communication are controlled by authoritarian regimes, the side of a building can become a vital canvas for protest and satire. The Berlin Wall is a prime historical example. Throughout the Cold War, the western side of the wall was covered in vibrant murals, political slogans, and satirical cartoons that offered a powerful critique of the division and oppression it represented. These artworks stood in stark contrast to the sterile, heavily guarded eastern side. They transformed a brutalist symbol of control into a massive, public gallery of defiance. More recently, during the Arab Spring uprisings in the early 2010s, street artists across the Middle East played a crucial role. In cities like Cairo, artists used stencils and murals to spread messages of revolution, commemorate fallen protesters, and mock the ruling dictators. End of page 2. Let's continue. This art was often ephemeral, quickly painted over by authorities, but its images were captured on phones and spread rapidly on social media, amplifying their message far beyond a single street corner. Even in democratic societies, street art serves as a powerful form of social commentary. Artists like Banksy have gained international fame for their witty and subversive critiques of consumerism, war, and social inequality. By placing his art in unexpected public locations, he forces a conversation and bypasses the traditional art world establishment. His anonymity only adds to his mystique, and reinforces the idea that the message is more important than the artist. However, the relationship between street art and resistance is not without its paradoxes. As the genre has become more mainstream, it has also become commercialized. End of page 3. Let's continue. What was once a rebellious act can now be commissioned by corporations for advertising campaigns. Furthermore, the appearance of trendy street art is often one of the first signs of gentrification, a process where wealthier people move into a district, often displacing the original, less affluent residents. This raises a complex question. Can street art remain a tool of resistance once it is embraced by the very systems it originally sought to critique? Despite these complexities, the fundamental power of street art endures. It lies in its ability to disrupt our daily routines, to make us stop and look at our surroundings in a new way. It is an unsolicited opinion in a public space, a visual shout that cannot be ignored. Whether seen as a crime or as a vital cultural movement, street art remains an immediate and accessible form of political expression available to the ordinary person. Okay, time for a few questions to check your understanding. Question 1. What is the author's primary argument about street art? A. That its aesthetic value is more significant than its political message. B. That its role as a form of social protest is a crucial, defining characteristic. C. That it is only truly valuable once it is displayed in a museum. D. That its quality has declined since the 1970s. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text argues that ignoring its history as a, quote, tool of political resistance is a mistake, and that it is a vital cultural movement. Question 2. Why does the author describe street art as inherently democratic? A. Because the subjects of the art are chosen through a public vote. B. Because its public nature removes the institutional barriers of the traditional art world. C. Because the government usually gives permission for the art to be created. D. Because the art is often created by teams rather than individuals. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text contrasts street art with the exclusive spaces of galleries and museums, explaining that it is accessible to everyone. Question 3. What were the primary functions of street art during the Arab Spring? A. To provide artistic decoration for the city's public spaces. B. To create permanent memorials that were protected by the authorities. C. To articulate the goals and grievances of the protest movement. D. To document the events for international news organizations. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. The text lists the functions as spreading messages of revolution, remembering fallen protesters, and mocking ruling dictators, all of which are ways to articulate a movement's goals. Question 4. What paradox does the author mention regarding modern street art? A. That street art loses its authentic voice when it becomes commercially successful. B. That an art form rooted in opposition is now being co-opted by corporate and urban development interests. C. That many artists who work on the street also have exhibitions in galleries. D. That the most political art is often the least interesting to look at. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text states that what was a rebellious act can now be commissioned by corporations, and is often a sign of gentrification. Question 5. What does the author mean when they describe street art as an unsolicited opinion? A. That nobody has asked for the art to be there, making it a form of disruption. B. That the opinions expressed in street art are usually unpopular. C. That the artist did not receive payment for creating the work. D. That the message of the art is often very difficult to understand. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A. The text says it is an unsolicited opinion that disrupts our daily routines and cannot be ignored. Question 6. According to the text, what did the art on the western side of the Berlin Wall represent? A. A shared artistic dialogue between artists from both sides. B. A warning to people trying to cross from the east. C. An official art project funded by the government. D. An open display of defiance against the political division it embodied. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is D. The text states the art offered a powerful critique of the division and oppression and transformed the wall into a gallery of defiance. Let's quickly summarize the lesson. On this screen you can review the main points of the text and the key vocabulary. Finally, here are a few discussion questions. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this ESL-lounge video. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons, and we'll see you in the next one.